On the reverse side of the ephod breastplate were two cube-shaped devices known as the Urim and Thummim. These resembled a dice and vibrated in harmony with the etheric energy received via the teraphim and ephod. The Urim and Thummim were made from magnetized stones, and the vibrations they emitted were used to clarify information received from spirits. The words Urim and Thummim mean lights and accurate truth. Joseph Smith was an American Freemason who created the Mormon Church. He claimed to own two Urim and Thummim devices. Joseph Smith's mother claimed her son inscribed and invoked the spirit of Abraxas into a magic circle. Abraxas is a demon spirit which has snakes instead of feet. The magical incantation abracadabra comes from this spirit's name. Abracadabra is the Arabic name for this demon, who is described in ancient magical texts as a king of 365 genies who in turn rule over each day of the year. Joseph Smith claimed to have gold plates inscribed with Egyptian hieroglyphs. He made several magical tablets containing ancient symbols which are traditionally used to summon spirits. Many of the symbols Joseph Smith used are copied directly from the Goetia Book of Demon Worship. Joseph Smith formed a Christian cult which became the Church of Latter-day Saints, a mixture of Freemasonry and spiritualism. In 1844, Joseph Smith attempted to become President of the United States and distributed thousands of leaflets with occult symbols. The Mormon Church is a modern version of the Levite Hebrew priesthood. Traditionally, the tribe of the Levite priesthood jealously guarded the divine instructions from spirits, which were divined using the ephod, teraphim, Urim, and Thummim. Still, to this day, occult technology is the highest secret of the elite. The ancient crystal technology of the ephod is still in use to this day. The royal political elite wear crowns, which have around their circumference the exact same crystals in the same order as found in the traditional ephod breastplate. Royal crowns are actually ephods which have been fashioned to make direct contact with the skull. On the tomb of Maximilian, Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire, a statue can be seen wearing an ephod which has been incorporated into battle armor. This armor was not designed for battle in the physical world, but as protection against spiritual forces in the spirit world. Many crowns feature the Maltese cross, which is an emblem used worldwide by Satanists, Masonic fraternities, and magicians. The Maltese cross was the first image electronically projected using the cathode ray tube, which was developed in part by Sir William Crookes, who had formerly been a member of the Golden Dawn secret society and member of the Society for Psychical Research in London. The Maltese cross is featured in many sigils. Sigils are magical emblems which are etched onto a crystal ball or a black mirror and then stared at by the magician until the face of a spirit appears. In voodoo rituals, very similar sigils are etched into the ground. These are called veves, and these too feature the Maltese cross. Sigils are used to represent the names of spirits, demons, and angels. A crown is really an ephod, which has been made for the head, able to transmit spiritual communications direct into the brain of the king or queen who wears the crown. Crowns are consecrated in special ceremonies called coronations. The British crowns, owned by the Saxe-Coburg-Gotha royal family of Britain, whose family roots are in Bavaria, Germany, are part of an elaborate wardrobe of magical artifacts, which includes ceremonial knives, golden orbs, and even magic wands, which are known as scepters. When the crown is placed on the head of a British royal, prayers and psalms are sung, which proclaim that the crown gives the wearer divine right to rule. The ceremony is an exact copy of the coronation ritual of King Solomon, who was a pre-Kabbalist magician in ancient Israel, an expert at spirit divination and demon worship.
My little orisons creeping up your spine.
Lead us not into
The
temptation.
sweaty murmurs of my rosary beads. The human hearts that I've taken into hell.
The Grimoire of the Red Dragon was originally a Hebrew text and is often used by black magicians alongside another Jewish text called the First Grimoire Verum of Lucifer. In 1517, the Grimoire Verum was translated into Italian and then finally published in French by a mysterious publisher called Alibec, the Magician of Egypt. The first translation of the Verum Grimoire of Lucifer was by a Dominican Jesuit called Plangier. It has been a cherished source of demonic information amongst Jesuits since the time of the Alumbrados sect led by Ignatius Loyola, which inspired, in turn, Adam Weishaupt to form his Illuminati Masonic secret society in Bavaria during the 1700s. The Grimoire Verum includes many prayers directed towards Lucifer, and lists a hierarchy of demons which first appeared in a Kabbalistic text called the Mafteha Shelamah, which in turn became known as the Book of Light. One of the most powerful techniques for summoning spirits is the sacred magic of Abra Melin, written by Abraham the Jew during the reign of Emperor Sigismund of Germany in 1377. The magical spells were given to Abraham the Jew by an Egyptian called Abra Melin. It gives instructions on how to consecrate a piece of vellum and write upon it the names of angelic planetary spirits. When these names are called out, spirits swarm into the magician's magic circle. This book has been banned in many countries due to catastrophic events which took place in England at the turn of the 20th century. One magician wrote to the Psychic News Journal that after writing on a piece of vellum following the instructions in the grimoire of Abra Melin, his house filled with tangible darkness so intense that it was necessary to light lamps in every room, even on sunny days. In 1927, the Society for Psychical Research received reports of a British magician who accidentally summoned an invisible spirit of such immense power that it eventually manifested itself in full view, taking the form of a devil with serpents for hair.
You robber of life. You author of pain. You corrupter of justice and innocence and youth. You begetter of death.
Uriel Seraphim, Zati Zata,
Zati Zata,
Galatim Galata,
Galatim Galata.
The sacred book of Abra Melin instructs the magician on how to summon his own personal guardian angel. This guardian angel is then sent into the astral planes to find spirits which have information which the magician requests. A roadmap of the spirit world is explained, which is based on the Kabbalistic tree of life. The book even describes the process of summoning the spirit of Lucifer, the devil himself. Other demons by the names of Astaroth and Beelzebub can also be summoned using this powerful text. In London, during the 1800s, seances were held at Horniman's Museum by members of the Golden Dawn secret society who adopted many of the techniques directly from the Abra Melin text. Bram Stoker, the author of Dracula, and Aleister Crowley, the author of the Book of the Law, which in itself was dictated by spirits, both studied the sacred magic book of Abra Melin.
Who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Magic.